As a genetic counselor, I see how advances in biotechnology, genetic screening, and personalized medicine have transformed disease prevention, early detection, and informed decision making for individuals and families. However, many of these health interventions take place within systems that place increasing strain on the environment through pollution, habitat destruction, overuse of natural resources, and biodiversity loss. Practices such as intensive agriculture, pharmaceutical waste disposal, deforestation, and wildlife exploitation can disrupt ecosystem and change patterns of disease transmission. These environmental changes increases the risk of emerging infectious disease and genetic vulnerabilities in both humans and animal population. This raises an important ethical question within the One Health framework. How can we continue to advance human health while protecting the ecosystem and biodiversity that are essential for long-term disease prevention and genetic resilience? The objective of this project are to examine the ethical challenges genetic counselors face in balancing human health priorities with environmental protection, to explore how genetic and biomedical interventions may unintentionally affect ecosystem and wildlife, and to highlight the role of genetic counselor in ethical decision making and sustainable healthcare practices. This topic is significant because protecting ecosystem and biodiversity is not only an environmentally responsible act but also is a preventive health strategy that safeguards human genetic health now and in the future.
To solve the problem, we have three strategies, which is firstly is integrate environmental risk factor into genetic counseling. In this strategy, we can understand some disease can caused by the environmental, such as pollution and secondhand smoke. This factor can alter gene expression through epigenetic change. Secondly, to support sustainable and ethical biotechnology practice, this includes encouraging healthcare institutions and laboratories which involve in green laboratory practice, such as using bioplastic laboratory equipment. Lastly, we must ensure that the usage of genetic technologies are in scientifically accurate, ethical, and environmentally responsible way. Thus, we need applying precision medicine and reduce trial and error treatment to minimize laboratory waste.
If we are answering the question, we need to relate it to sustainable developmental goals and view it from a perspective of a genetic counselor. There are three main SDGs that were closely relevant to the topic, which were SDG 3, Good Health and Well-being, which aims to prevent disease and reduce suffering. Next is SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, which realized that disease risk is shaped by genetic and environment. Lastly, SDG 15, Life on Land, where experts prioritize long-term population health and genetic diversity. SDG 3, it brings spotlight to environmental mutagens which could lead to chromosomal abnormalities and congenital malformation. For SDG 12, it relates by warning that microplastic might interfere fetal development and unsustainable practice cause antimicrobial resistance. SDG 15 talks on biodiversity system, reduce pathogen evolution and transmission, while deforestation accommodate genetic recombination and pathogen.
From an environmental perspective, our strategy prioritizes the preservation of the genetic reservoir. Think of biodiversity as a natural library. By protecting it, we safeguard the vast genetic data essential for the future medical research and life-saving breakthroughs. Furthermore, healthy ecosystems serve as a critical pathogen buffer. They act as a natural barrier that prevents zoonosis, significantly reducing the risk of wildlife diseases jumping to human populations. Ultimately, maintaining ecosystem stability ensures the survival of the very species that provide us with our most basic necessities, clean water and fertile soil. Moving to human health, our approach focuses on preventing DNA damage. By reducing environmental toxins, we directly lower the risk of harmful genetic mutations and the development of cancers. We are also protecting epigenetic health. A clean environment ensures that the switches in our gene expression are negatively altered by external pollutants, preventing chronic disease before it begins. Finally, we must recognize sustainable nutrition. The preservation of biodiversity ensures a stable supply of nutrient-dense food, which is the fundamental biological foundation of long-term human wellness and genetic integrity.
Next, I will present on community impact. There are few benefits that arise from balanced system between human and biodiversity preservation. First, improve health equity whereby all communities have access to clean air, water, and healthy living ecosystems. Second, ensure intergenerational health equity so that future generations able to inherit stable environments. Third, enhance food and water security for society by protecting biodiversity. For economic impact, the equilibrium between human health needs and preservation of ecosystem and biodiversity able to reduce long-term healthcare costs, create economic value of biodiversity-driven innovation, cost avoidance from environmental damage, and to ensure sustainable workforce productivity. And that's all from our group. Thank you.